Okay, so today I'm just practicing some brush strokes with 3 different size round brushes and a very milky textured paint. As you can see, it's quite liquid and it will drip, which is how thin it is. So there is no finished product. It's just filling a page with different brush strokes and getting to know the capabilities of your brush. Some bristles are more flexible than others, some hold more paint than others, some move in circles better than others. Let's give it a whirl. Okay. You'll notice that I'm actually spinning my brush slightly. That's because I want to keep all the bristles together and not let them splay out. I'm going to do some curves and see what happens. I went over that with my finger. That's not good. And then I'm going to pad those out. With my usual leaf shapes, which seems to be my go-to. Slight wobble on there. Let's not worry about that. Just keep going. We're just going to fill the page with different brush strokes and different textures and effects. Make a mistake, don't worry. They're not mistakes, they're learning processes. So that's my thick brush, which works quite well. Now I'm going to try and do something more linear. I'm not looking to achieve anything specific. I'm just learning the constraints of my brush, its limitations, what it can do, what it can't do. This one makes lovely petals, but I don't like the open end at that end, so a petal would have to be started there and ended there. Let's just have a swirl on that. Just carry quite a lot of paint, this brush. And these are really inexpensive, these Crafter's Choice Royal and Langnickel. They don't cost a lot of money, so they're very affordable. And I think these are synthetic brushes, and I think sometimes the synthetic ones definitely work better. Let's try some circles, because sometimes your brush doesn't play nicely when you do circles. But this one works really pretty. Don't mind that. Let's try. Imagine that's a flower centre, and we said the bristles work better like that. So then if we went over them, you get even more depth. Just using the white. Cool. Let me try controlling some beautiful dots. Okay, that's good. Oh, stop sponging, misses. Again, it's an experimental piece. A good way to experiment is to use some craft cards that you can buy in any of the craft shops, really. Practice on your little cards, and some of them you can actually salvage and turn into something lovely. I'm just trying to fill the page with different strokes. Oh, that looks like a tree. Needs some leaves. This is the third attempt at filming this. Apparently my iPhone had run out of storage, and so it didn't record the videos. So this is my third attempt. All right, I'm going to ditch that one now and move to my, this one's an Artify round. It looks a bit bizarre. So I'm going to dip it in some water first, because that pulls all the bristles together. Let's see what kind of effects we get with this one. Not entirely convinced by that one. It looks a bit scruffy. Okay, not bad. What about for filling in? Not too bad. Okay, not impressed. Let's try this peculiar one. I have tried this before. It's a bit funny. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. So when I load it, the bristles are so thin. I don't know if you can see that, but it drips. However, it drips down the bristles when you've got a load on it. So let's use that to our advantage. I really like that. Great. Let's do another star there. Can you see? It's not really the most helpful of brushes, I don't think. Again, it's running down the brush, look, and it's going to drip off. But I think there's about 4 bristles on this. So probably not your best choice for anything other than fine details. Just try using it on its side. Oh, pretty. You could use it for some very fine. Again, I wouldn't have known that we could do that with it if I hadn't experimented, and I quite like that broken line there. All right, ditching that one because that wasn't very good. Or it was, but this is a Boldmere one. This is a number 5. Let's try this one. Let's see what we can do with this one. This one has all the bristles half joined together. So that should give me a nice yeah, that's quite a neat one. That's not a bad one. Okay. Sometimes I've done these kind of designs on around a letter. So the letter M or the letter A, and filled out just for the sake of having something to doodle on, something a bit more controlled. But this is just about filling this space with as many different textures and effects as you can. Don't be afraid. Use as much or as little of your paper as you like. Don't like that. Let's just give it some texture. And there's a petal that got away. So this one, if I used this Boldmere paintbrush a little bit smaller size, maybe I could use that for outlining something, you know. Sometimes it's nice to put an outline around things, like so. I don't know, maybe not. This one curves beautifully, and when you lift it off, it leaves a nice fine edge, which I like. Going in again with some dots just to give it some softness and some direction. I like that. I love that pointy bit. It's a really nice brush for florals. These Boldmere ones, I think, come from the works. And the paint is not running down it. It's working its way down slowly, which gives me a lot of work time. That's quite a good brush for flowers and petals. Okay, I think that's as much as I'm going to do. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how I work on a letter with these different brush strokes to build up almost like a little monogram. And it's really easy. Anyone can do it. You don't need much skill. It just helps you with control and using, for example, a line. Where can it go? What can it do? How can we make it look interesting? And I think we'll use probably black background, black card, and some pearlescent paints. Why not? Okay, thanks for watching.